Most CEOs think they're scaling a company, but they're actually scaling dependency. That's right. They're actually scaling dependency. The company only moves as fast as they personally can.
It was the worst year for a lot of us for our mental as well as physical health. So joining us this morning is best-selling author, coach Lisa Goldenthal.
Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa G, your host. You're at the top of your game, yet the game is changing faster than ever. Strategies that got you here aren't the ones that'll keep you here. The pressure is relentless, and the fear of obsolescence looms large. That's why I'm here. Welcome to the new podcast series, Disrupted: How to Be Gritty and Unlock Performance in Business, Mindset, Wellness, and Success, to help you master disruption.
Thanks for coming, and we'll see you soon.
Why your high performance is actually killing your business, and how to escape this CEO trap and become the architect of your company. So let me start with a quick question. How many CEOs here feel like you're working harder than ever, yet the company still moves slower than it should? If that's you, drop a yes in the comments, because we're going to jump into a solution. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Most CEOs think they're scaling a company, but they're actually scaling dependency. That's right. They're actually scaling dependency. The company only moves as fast as they personally can. So before we go any further, drop live or replay in the comments and tell me, where in the world are you tuning in from? I want to see who's in the cockpit with me today, and share this with your network. Let's create a movement. I'm Lisa G, coming to you live from Kennewick, Washington, where the wine is world class and our BS meters are highly calibrated. So, jumping into tonight's talk, in Formula One, a pit stop takes about 1.8 seconds. Now, imagine if the driver had to jump out of the car and help change the tires. The race would be over immediately. Yes, that is exactly how CEOs are running their companies. They're trying to drive the car and run the cockpit crew. And according to leadership research, more than 70% of CEOs report burnout. And not because they aren't strong enough, but because the company is structurally dependent upon them. So let me ask you something honestly. If you went offline for 48 hours, would your company still execute? Or would people quietly wait for you to come back? Drop yes or no in the comments. Be honest. I'm just collecting data here. So let's dive into the real problem. Here's what makes this tricky. Burnout doesn't always look like exhaustion. Sometimes it actually looks like high performance. And let's dive into the 3 most common disguises. With disguise number 1, the efficiency illusion. You're optimized with everything: your 5 a.m. routine, your cold plunge, standing desk, Aura ring. You are dialed in. But you're still making 200 micro decisions every day. Congratulations, you're not burned out. You're just a very healthy bottleneck. That's what we're going to address tonight. And disguise number 2 is the revenue mirage. Revenue is growing. The board thinks you're brilliant. The team thinks you're unstoppable. But at the same time, you haven't had dinner with your family without your phone in months. Revenue can hide a dying engine for a very long time until suddenly it can't. And disguise number 3, the strength story. This is one of my favorite ones that I hear all the time. I just have a higher capacity than most people. And that's great. But so does a donkey. It still doesn't mean you should run your company like one. So now that I'm asking, just tell me which one hits you the hardest. Drop 1, 2, or 3 in the comments. Is it efficiency, revenue, or strength? No judgment, just data. And the reason that I'm asking is I want to show you how to make a shift. Here is the real shift. The hero CEO believes if I don't do it, it won't get done right. The architect CEO asks a different question. How do we design the system so the company runs without every decision routing through me? And in many companies, the CEO becomes the nervous system of the organization. Every signal flows through them. Every decision escalates to them. And every problem lands on their desk. But that model stops working as the company grows and scales. The solution is something I call leadership architecture. Designing the company so decisions move through the organization, not through the CEO. So let me take a quick pulse check. How many of you feel like too many decisions still end up on your desk? Drop decisions in the comments if that's you. Think about it. Think about a world-class surgeon. If that surgeon walked into the ER and started mopping the floors because it needs to be done right, that patient on the table would die. When CEOs try to do everyone else's job, the same thing happens. And not because they're bad leaders, because the system was never designed to scale. Your company deserves a leader who operates at the level of the mission, not someone buried in operational gravity. So let me ask you, if this conversation resonated with you, help me start a movement. Share this live with another founder or CEO or your network and let them hear it. We're ending this era of the martyr CEO, and we're stepping into the era of the architect leader. If you're feeling that structural strain right now, that is the signal. It means the company has grown, but the leadership operating system needs to be updated because it hasn't caught up yet. DM me the word execute. When you send that message, we'll schedule a 45-minute boss legacy diagnostic call. No pitch, no prep, just a strategic conversation to identify leadership bottlenecks. And these are keeping your company dependent upon you. We'll find that 5-inch gap that can give you back 10 to 15 hours a week. If you're watching the replay, drop replay in the comments and tell me, what's the biggest leadership bottleneck you're facing right now? I read every one. I'm Lisa G, and remember, great leaders don't just run companies, they architect them. Onward. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon.